Alrighty, I think we are back.
Can I have a latte, please? Extra sugar, extra milk. With all those edges and that sturdy look, Mr. Rob might seem a bit cold and standoffish, but he's actually
Make sure nothing is
edgy,
gonna blow up here.
noting down what each of us prefers. That there's a tender heart ticking away under that metal shell. Makes you wonder, huh?
Keep the call of your innermost desires. Advance without fear. Navigate as your heart dictates. Robust power. Perfect execution.
Alright, just had to get the door for my partner, 'cause she was walking the puppy. We are back.
Calm. City series.
Let's go ahead and jump back into our threshold. Live again on Channel 5 with your host as Vent. A pleasure, a pleasure. Now for the weather. Raining blood spears and crocodiles. Oh, it's miasma spears.
Let's cool things down. Lumber in the... Oh, my turn then. So that was now, cutie.
Kind of stalled too long on the ultimate. We'll take it.
Don't worry, one swing will do. Twice struggle. The name of the night, Emissary! Wanna play a game or shadow? You asked for it. Here we go. Rest amidst the ice.
Oh, that was a level 3.
Once again, a true stroke of genius. The story ends here. Into the frozen abyss. Let's cool things down. Like a shadow. Oh, my turn then. The next page is the ending.
Crush this.
Rest in peace.
No, you can leave. The score doesn't feel great at all. Only 100K. I mean, I guess losing Pinnacle would lower our score, yes. But that wouldn't drop us by 30,000. Let's upset back up.
Into the frozen abyss. Don't worry. Come now, little cuties. Crush them! Here we go.
We used the Goofa ult here. Alright, using more. I ended up using adrenaline where I didn't want to. And my dog is set. Yeah, this is still my alt account. I didn't hold long enough.
Let's cool things down. Now, little cuties, crush them! Let's break the ice. Rest in peace.
Really not getting as high of a score as I would have liked. Maybe it'd be better to use Yixuan here, since Yixuan takes better advantage of the buffs. We can give it a try with Yixuan. Let me do final stage first, and then so I can at least get a score submitted, and then we'll see if Yixuan can do better here. Neither fight is great for us between Vesper and Nightmare. Who do we want? Who would we rather fight? Hello, Chaos. Welcome in, welcome in. I guess probably Vesper and use Yixuan. Because I don't have anybody. My best option into Nightmare is Banyue. What's the rupture buff on Nightmare side? That's the wrong fight. What's the rupture buff here? It is Pinnacle. Banyue into Nightmare or Yixuan into Vesper? What's the rupture buff on the other side? I don't think it's Pinnacle. Are you ready for your account review, Chaos? Meditation. I mean, this is also okay, but it's not Pinnacle. Question is, do I want to deal with neutral on Banyue or weakness on Yixuan? Well, I gotta do both endings anyway, so let's do Yixuan here first. Well, she resists fire that affects Chufufu, but I think we still use Chufufu anyway because buffs. Excellent. Good to hear, Chaos. And then for the rest of these fights, let's see what we can do. Let's go like Banyue here, Harumasa, Mono Ice. Oh, I know. I should be doing Harumasa into the electric weak fight. Oh, do I have a team? I think we have to put... Because this is fire resist. So we put Yixuan or Zhuyuan here. And we go Mono Shock. Where's Resinabu? There you are. Click. Alright, looks like this is the plan. I do need to change Harumasa's set to Thunder Metal. I play him crit rate on this set. Yes. That crit rate still seems low. Why does that crit rate seem low? I have my build saved. Let me just confirm. Oh, that is the crit rate I was running. Not great, though. Probably swap the 2-piece to, like, Woodpecker. Oh, you know what I think it was? I think I might have been running Zhuyuan's W engine. I think that was the reason. But no, we want to do this. Just full-on attack.
Is it time to clock out?
And everybody else's build should be fine. Actually, is Zhuyuan's build good?
Is something the matter?
No, because I need to put this on.
Officer 148, Zhuyuan, ready.
Now everybody should be good. Alright, Chaos, I'm going to take care of this real quick, and then we can get into your account review.
Say no more.
It's over.
Sounds like a plan.
Ice Smith. My blade is already heat. Vanish.
Hey, you wanna play with me?
Weakling. There's no time to lose. Victory.
Hater over here denying me my quick assist. Very disrespectful.
I'll bite your throat out.
Press forward. Weakling. Awaken. Vanish. Again. It's over. Ice Smith. Scatter. My blade is already awaken. Over.
one down. Now for some good old model shop.
You cannot stop. Test this. What are you taking apart?
Fine. Break away in one hit.
You rang?
I forgot to refresh the buff on Reno.
Every effort counts.
Ever heard the whistle of arrows in flight?
Oh, this doesn't whip.
Oh, now, child. Perfect timing. Here to dance, dance. Let's not disappoint our customers. Wanna help me test this? You cannot stop. Perfect timing. Want to be taken apart? Commence demolition! Now, all right.
Combat isn't my
Ooh. Easy peasy. Now for some good old classic Julian.
Yep, I'm here.
I could have just gotten this chain attack. Nah, it's fine.
You push her the most, Rita.
Why did I think this was Avarice? This is not Avarice. This is Scorps.
You're under arrest. Remember to smile. Stop resisting.
Suppressor K-22! Maximum firepower!
I'll send you.
An opening! Retargeting!
Oh yeah, he's in one, so I can't actually hit him with that.
Yep. adventure.
I didn't mean to get the evasive assist, but you know what?
Yeah.
We make it work.
You're under arrest.
We make it work. And now we're gonna remember to Oro Farm with Banua. We will remember this time. We have successfully Oro Farm. I don't like that how one is over there, but we'll make do. This poor guy did not deserve all that.
Don't get in my way!
I meant to block that.
I won't let you escape! Make the earth tremble!
Oh! I just got bodied. Banyo ult is very cool. Like I saw myself getting caught up, and then it's like, oh no, that's not good. Look at me forgetting to Aura Farm on the retry. Decided to just unlink OneDrive when your PC was being weird. Yeah, I stopped using OneDrive a long time ago.
Don't take another step! Tremble!
Bring it on!
Still abusing on this poor guy.
Wait! Ceaseless strike!
Don't get in my way!
Take this! Blazing gale! I won't let you escape! End this hatred!
That's just gonna go into miasma. I can't afford to use my block on all of her hits. As much as I would like to. I just won't live that. Just button mashed a little there.
I won't let you escape.
Get him, Manuel. Look at the back. What do you mean you don't want your 5 NAF fan games backed up? Clearly, it's a necessity. With Lucia, I want to back up to this spot, roughly. And her basic will push me forward enough. My dog is upset.
Obliterate form and spirit.
I didn't get the ult cancel? No, that's
Let's make this
unfortunate.
quick. An open eagle shall be purged. Keep your guard up.
Learn from countless legends.
Do this.
Inadequate.
Are you going to control skill again? You are.
Swift yet still. Your fate is sealed.
One drive can be very needy. Probably could have done that. Probably should have just taken the no ult cancel. Yeah, I used OneDrive at my previous job too, and I just tried to avoid using it.
What a nuisance. Swift yet still.
Get a bit more damage. Nope. She's just looking fabulous. You're doing great, Yishma. Yeah, I didn't expect this to score too high, but I think this gets us the profile picture at least, because it's 350, right? Yeah. People must not be doing this or something, because just barely making the title being enough for top 5% is kind of crazy. It's here for a while, though, so I can understand people procrastinating. I still need to do my battle tower. I'll probably do that next week, last minute. But if you do threshold now, you get an extra 100 polychrome. Very tempting. Let me just park myself. You blame the bosses being rupture heavy? Well, Hunter is. And just Hunter. Last rotation was rupture heavy, because last rotation was Hunter and Priest and... Actually, no, it was just Hunter and Priest. And Defiler. But yeah, last rotation favored Rupture more. A lot of people have Yeshun Guan though, so they would just go Nightmare instead of Vesper. Like, I don't expect there to be that high of a percent of people that don't have Yeshun Guan or Arya right now. Because the majority of people pulled Yeshun Guan. And a lot of the people who skipped Yeshun Guan pulled Arya. Of course, there are people who skipped both. That's why I'm thinking it's just... I'm thinking it's more so people just haven't submitted their scores. You're about to see an account that has either... No, it's fine to not have either one. It's just there's a very high percentage of people who have one or the other. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you need one or the other, of course. No, I pulled Yeshun Guang and Arya because I like them. I've been waiting for Arya for a year now, and Yeshun Guang grew on me, and also she's Yeshi Yuan's sister, so it's like you already have bonus points for being Yeshi Yuan's sister, and you're kind of cool yourself, and also transformations are a pretty cool mechanic. So it's like they just sold me on her. You know, they would have sold me even harder if her enlightened state had 2 swords. And they just gave her a second sword. Ignore the fact that she has literally 1,000 swords that she summons. Ignore that. If she was just holding a second sword, that'd be even more points. Yes, she wants to play unplayable. It's okay. He's going to be playable. He's coming. I'm with you, Chaos. He's gonna be playable. He needs to be, because I will pull him and I will build his team. Yeshi Yuan is very high on my wish list. He will die just... No, Alf, we made it past the danger zone. He's okay now. He was even in the New Year cutscene. We're okay. I was paranoid the entire time in 2.5. Like, every time he showed up, I'm like, bro, you need to stay home. You need to stay home. No, I liked him even in his base design. I'm like, I like this guy's vibe. And then he got out of a battle form, and I'm like, even better. Like, you just put frosting on my cake. I'm having a good time. You would pull Yeshua if he summoned Sobek. I don't know if he'd summon Sobek, but it'd be pretty cool if he did. Maybe he gets the ability to like summon a shade of Sobek. Like they explain it like the miasma is still inside him and meshed with his other self, and now he can summon totally not Sobek.
Starry night, starry night. Beloved mother, a flame.
Miasma's still inside him. You know what that means? He died because of it. To be fair, Ye Guang is literally holding miasma on a daily basis. Chaos, I just sent you the code, so just go ahead and DM that to me. In the meantime, let me get my sheet pulled up. Now we saved Yeshu Wen just like we saved Vivian, and we saved Yeshun Guang. We will save Yeshu Wen if he ever is in danger. We will do it. We must, or he must become playable. Where's my spreadsheet? There it is.
Morning, Mr. Rob.
Make a copy.
Can I have a latte, please? Extra sugar, extra milk.
What's the queue looking like?
Edges and
I don't know if we'll... I'm
Mr. Rob
probably not doing any endgame clears today, but in general, let's see. We have Threshold for Eon. We have You Torturing Me and DA. Threshold for Kells. Threshold for Miyabi Simp. And Yotsugi wants me to play Star Rail. I don't know what we're doing there. Don't judge you for not having done story yet. You did it on your husband's account, but haven't done it on mine. Yeah, you're fine. People do the story when they can. I'm not gonna brag on you for it.
Starlight night. Who lies with the wishes of the people?
Just getting logged in here and getting our spreadsheet set up.
Whatever you seek, I will devote myself wholeheartedly.
Okay, we got that pulled up. Let's get this over here. Where is it? All right. We got the game pulled up. We got the spreadsheet pulled up. Before we get started, we can take a quick restroom break, restock on water, because it is hot, and I would like water. So I will be right back. Do I need Oh yeah, I didn't play pre-rolls before we restarted the stream. So I'm gonna play some ads to get rid of pre-rolls as well. And we will be back in about a moment. Thank you. We can't see it, but we know it's there. I am back. It was in fact chair stream, but I don't have a webcam because I am a figment of two dimensions. Got me some water, some iced water. Got me a Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry and Cream. Quite lovely. Okay. And we got Chaos Kraken's account review to take care of. So let's see what's going on. So first thing I like to do is just see what we got. See what we're working with. So I'm going to get all these agents added to the roster.
Rep 2493 at your service.
So I have this spreadsheet. The spreadsheet, I like to list teams. I like to list teams we're focusing on in terms of farming, for drive disc skill levels. And then this is my little agent list to help me grab everybody. So it looks like we have all the A ranks, of course. And we have Neko, Alice, Yuzuha, and Dialin. Let's get these added here. Now, Chaos, is there? You have Mindscapes on a few S ranks too. We'll definitely take a look at that as well. You mentioned you were just you're trying to get like some direction in terms of where to farm, where to go from here next. Is there anything in particular you want to focus on, or are you just trying to brainstorm ideas? Like, is there any characters you're considering on reruns? Any teams you feel you want to invest in more? While I get these agents added here.
I may be slow, but I still have 2 fists to swing.
For fire, we have everybody except Orphe. We're having a good time with fire. I said everyone except Orphe, and then I grabbed Orphe. Well, I need to grab Banyue anyway.
Please forgive me for stealing.
Maybe Yishin Guan on rerun, but really depends on new characters. Hoping and praying that Severian is playable. I feel that. My partner's praying Severian will be playable, so that way she can log in, pull the male character immediately, and then log out, because that's what she did with Lighter. That's what she did with Hugo. That's what she did with Banyue. Actually, did we get Banyue? No, we didn't get Banyue. We got Dialin because she liked Dialin's vibe. The only female limited characters she has are Jane because she wanted Seth, and Dialin.
A new case to solve?
Electric, looks like we're playing pretty chill on Electric, so Electric could be an opportunity unless you're chilling on Harumasa. Wait, who did I... Oh, no. 7, 6. Oh, Rena. I deleted Rena. Well, I overwrote Rena. I'm pretty sure I grabbed everybody. Tried to get trigger but lost the 50-50. I see.
How about a little late night adventure? I promise you'll
If
love
you have dial-in free for Harumasa, dial-in works extremely well. You don't like Seed, Sandbee is meh. Fair enough. I found that they like to make a lot of the characters I like electric. That's just kind of where things ended up for me. We don't have Arya or Zhuyuan, and Nongong's not out yet. Alright. Move that a little bit so y'all can see. Trigger is the only limited stunner you don't have.
Hello.
That's true.
Rep 2493 at your
I respect
service.
that. As a stun enjoyer, I applaud you. Unfortunate that you didn't get didn't get trigger. But you don't necessarily need trigger, so it's not a huge loss unless you just really like her. But you have a pretty solid lineup at the moment. Let's take a look at presets here. Harumasa, we got the boys, we got Evelyn, Yabi. You haven't used presets in a long time. I could tell a little bit. I'm like, I feel like this doesn't have any of Chaos's newer units. No worries. So in terms of the main teams, I mean, we got Yishuan. Yishuan's team is Banyua's team. We got Miyabi. Who? Kind of forget they exist. I like them. I use them quite often myself. So we have... I'm trying to think how I want to split this. We have essentially Yuzuha comps, Lucia comps, and Astra comps. So you said potentially Yeshun Guang or Sever, and then hoping for Severian. I'm like trying to think. You have plenty of options for Miyabi. We have Bernice, we have Vivian, we have Nicole, we have Alice, we have Sokaku. You have all the stun agents, so if you wanted to run like dial-in with Evelyn, you could run Chifufu here with Yishuan or Banyue. And then you do have like Harumasa. A strong thing for Harumasa right now is dial-in Yuzuha. I believe it's R2 that talks about this team quite a bit. And even if you take Dialin away, you could just put Chufufu here, so that's not a huge issue. Using Yuzuha here, then it becomes a matter of who your third team would be depending on the rotation, because it does affect your anomaly comps. At that point, you could play Evelyn and go like Astra Lighter. You could do Hugo with Lycon Lighter. There's a few routes, so there is room to use the Tarumasa team. Of course, you do have to be comfortable with Harumasa's combos to do well. It's a bit better now with his buffs. It's not like as unforgiving, but you do still want to be familiar with his combos. You sometimes Harumasa against Defiler. Yeah, this would be a pretty solid team into Defiler. Otherwise, you just use him for Stage 4 Shiyu and fun runs in Hollow Zero. That's fair. I like to experiment in Hollow Zero. It's always a good time. So yeah, I wouldn't say there are any holes. If we look at who you're missing, Obol is kind of its own ecosystem, so not having any of them is perfectly fine. You have Alice, so you don't necessarily need Jane. Yanagi would give you some electric anomaly coverage, but it isn't absolutely vital. Same with Yidhari, giving Ice Rupture coverage. If you do go for Yeshunguang, I would consider trying to get Sana as well, because then you could run Sana Zhao, and that would keep your dial in for other teams. You've been halfway working on building Anomaly Seth. Ah, dang. Seth is very fun.
A mission? Take me along.
I have my Seth built on my main. Well, I say built, but I just stole his Astro Voice set for Senna. But that's only temporary, because I have her on Astral while I have her with Yuzuha. Seth with Alice is a good time. I did Seth Yuzuha Jane, and that's really fun too. In terms of physical coverage, yeah, Yeshun Guang would be a solid addition. And you have... Yeah, the only thing I would be considering is getting Suna as well on her rerun. Otherwise, you're kind of forced to give Dialin and Zhao to Yeshun Guang. Zhao's fine, because Zhao's not needed anywhere else. But Dialin means that you're restricted on what else you can run from there in order to run Yeshun Guang. But Suna would alleviate that by just giving a dedicated team. Does Astra Zhao not work with you? It works, but it's not something I would recommend long term, because Astra doesn't actually provide too much for Yeshun Guang. So while it can work now for clearing, I can't say I'm confident in recommending it as a long-term solution. I would say a combination of Zhao, Dialin, or Suna. Any two out of the three should work well long-term. She may potentially get more options in the future. Like Miyabi got Yuzuha, we'll have to see. You went back and forth on Suna, but ended up pulling because no need for her at the moment. She can be a solid option for Harumasa as well. I don't think she beats out Yuzuha at the moment, but she is an alternative at the very least. I would say the only reason to pull Suna is if you get Yeshunguang on her rerun. It's possible that Suna reruns first, but considering Yeshunguang is a Void Hunter, unless they give Suna another DPS partner, I would say Yeshunguang likely reruns first. It's unfortunate that she does a massive amount of days, but not much anomaly. I mean, depends on what team you're trying to run her in. Yuzuha Suna. I mean, Yuzuha's building up all the anomaly for her, so it's not too big of a deal. Gotta go, Vinox. Sounds good. You have yourself a good one. Here you go. So, we'll just make a note of that, potentially. So if we get Yeshunguang, we should be considering Suna for Yeshunguang. Other than that, I wouldn't say there are any big holes. You could consider Nangong Yu for Miyabi. That's looking like a potential option. We'll have a better idea of things once the early access info comes out. That's perfectly valid. It's good to wait for as much reliable information as possible. Yeah, there's definitely no holes, so there's nothing that I would say is like absolutely needed for your account. These are just some areas to expand in. Are there any teams that we want to focus on looking at? In terms of like improving? I know you mentioned trying to figure out what to do with drive discs. Want to take a quick browse through.
I may be slow, but I still have 2 fists to swing. Whatever you seek, I will devote myself wholeheartedly.
I do also want to see what we have for W engines. Got a fair amount of SIGs in here, so we're chilling. Vivian's on Weeping, that's fine. Astra's on Bashful, that's fine. That's everybody. Unless somebody's on a non-level W engine, but no. So W engines look good. You have nearly everybody's SIG. You're only missing Yuzuha's. And Vivian's and missing and Astra's, but missing those is perfectly fine. But We're chilling on W engines. Yeah.
I may be slow, but I still have 2 fists to swing.
Take a quick look at skills. Considering Yuzu Hasek but got M2 Shifu instead. Fair enough. Hasek isn't too big of an upgrade. I do like the visual effects on it, but going without it isn't a big loss. Skill-wise, everything looks to be in order. She not built? Oh, no. Could be worth getting some cheap levels on Grace, but you don't have to go too far. I would. So for Lycon, you just got Grace not long ago. Okay, that's fair then. For Lycon and for Dialin, I would be looking at leveling up their assists, because assists build up a good amount of days. And Lycon, I would also consider building up his ultimate for some days. Polka looks like you're working on still. You mentioned you're working on Seth, and I think that's everybody that we're currently using. You wouldn't need Zhao unless I would think about building Zhao anyway, even though you don't have Yeshung Wang, because Zhao lets you take advantage of Ether Veil mechanics, and that has proven useful, like against Vesper in the current rotation. So you could consider building up Zhao and just give her like Transmorpher. And she doesn't need much. She just needs her core passive and as much HP as possible. You could get some cheap levels on her skills, like everything up to 9 outside of dodge, because she doesn't need dodge. But you don't really need to go past that at all. Just knowing when swapping to Yuzuha when you want to EX on Zhao, because she takes so long to do her off-field attack. Yeah, you do have to get used to knowing when you can swap back to Zhao. I kind of just stare at her while I'm in the middle of other animations. I'm like, okay, what's Zhao doing now? Alright, cool. I would like to see some sort of indicator for when a character is still considered on field. Ooh, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty nice, actually. Like maybe when a character goes off field, their profile dims. So there's a visual indicator when you can swap back to them. That should be something that they should add. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. Because it would especially help with Zhao. Seems to be only with new characters. Even with older characters, though. Because, like, say that for Miyabi, you want to make sure to not interrupt Miyabi's enhanced basic. So you would wait for her to go off field before swapping back to her. Or Evelyn's timing the end of Evelyn's chain attack. It can have uses across the board with different agents. And it shouldn't be too crazy of an addition. They just have to essentially give the HP a brightness option. Yeah, with Miyabi, you can cancel her and space it, but you don't want to because that's a damage loss. Want to hear overview of the build characters and seeing who needs the most upgrades? Ignore Hugo. You're working on getting him a puffer set. Sounds good. Is there any teams you want to focus on in particular? We'll definitely be getting into the builds themselves. I was just taking a quick look to see if anything stood out on the skills, and it's really just Dylan and Lycon. Everything else seems in order. Yeah, Zhao, you can swap to her depending on where she is on her animation. But if she's charging, you cannot swap to her. But as soon as she starts attacking, you can swap to her. And swapping to her will end the animation early. So we'll go through the supports first, because the supports will be easier to rule out. You play a lot of Rupture, Anomaly, and then Evelyn's used to go to attack agent. Nah, it's fine. It's all good. Usually I focus on like 2 to 3 teams, but we can do more of a general thing. Let's take a look at the supports first. So Dylan's hitting 100% crit rate. She's on 4-piece with 2 PCR. So Dylan is chilling. I would just get this assist leveled, and that's really it. So for this, I'm actually going to adjust my spreadsheet a little bit. How do I want to do this? Just add your fufu to everyone who has outfield attack so they continue the animation when you swap in. That's what Zhao does. It's just she has her charging. And she doesn't continue it when she's charging. Or she doesn't let you swap when she's charging. We're mainly focusing on drive disks, so I want to make the spreadsheet reflect that. Yeah, she does. I think I have an idea of what I wanted to do with this spreadsheet. We have
Hello.
attack, anomaly,
Support
stun,
at your service.
support, rupture. So 5 rolls. I should probably also pull up the spreadsheet. So we're going to be taking a look at everything. I probably don't need this much. This is like 30. I don't think. Do we have 30 agents here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. No, we don't, but it's fine. Yeah, be having the voice line does help. That's true. I need to duplicate this. And delete that. We're reformatting on the fly. It is, in fact, your donated account review. And thank you for donating it. All right. So we're going to focus on the leveled agents first and foremost, and then we will go from there. And we're going to focus on them one specialty at a time.
How about a little late night adventure? I promise you'll love it.
This is something I'm making up on the fly, so there may be adjustments, but essentially what I want to do is first off, check each drive disks. Check each of the drive disks for each unit and make sure that they are in order. And then from there, we identify where the rooms for opportunity are and how to best optimize farming for that. And that is the goal. Right now I'm gonna just get all of the units into this list. Mm, mm, mm. How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good time? Hopefully your week is starting off well.
Hey dear, what kind of fun job have you got me into this time?
Probably easier for me visually to remove them here. We have the other sheet. We are working on Polkra as well, so I'll get her added here.
Whatever you seek,
We
I
do
will
have
devote
Monato
myself
here.
wholeheartedly.
This is just me formatting things at this point. You know, if Monato has a full build, probably have this to give him one. Yeah, we'll take a look at what you have as well to see if, because some things we may not have to farm. Some things may just be there waiting for us to use them. That certainly happened for me on my accounts. So if we don't have to farm something, we certainly will not.
Bear witness to the noble principles of the Timefield family.
Last but not least, attack. Look at all the pretty colors.
I wish you a fabulous day.
Oh, I do have to put Onion over here. Go. There we go. Piper's build got axed for Alice. Are you using Piper? Like, do you want me to take a look at Piper, or are you okay with us skipping her? Looks like you're just using these 3 for attack, so... You can skip her? Okay. So we'll hold off on Piper. Alright, so this is what we have right now for the roster. So we have everything set up. By attribute or by specialty. I put the limiteds first and then the A ranks below them if there are any applicable. So from here we will look through and we will see if there's anything that stands out. We started with Dialin, so let's take a look.
What kind of fun job have you got me into this time?
So her build is doing everything that it needs to do. At this point, it would just be primarily min-maxing. I'm kind of going to be categorizing this. So essentially, green is fine. Yellow is room for opportunity. Red is we should replace this. And that's how we're going to be looking at. Because Dialin is doing everything she needs to do, nothing's going to be red. But we could look at upgrading the DD4 and potentially the DD2 as well. These have 5 substats. This has 6. That has 5. On a DPS, I would try to get it like another substat roll or 2 in here. At least 1 more. But on a support, we can afford to be a bit more lenient. So it's mainly the DD2 and 4 that I think have the most room for opportunity. But I wouldn't stress it. She's pretty chilling overall. Jufufu is hitting plenty of attack. She's got her crit, right? She is on 2P Shockstar. So she's doing everything she's got to do. Could we get a better DD1? Mayhaps. DD3. I would say 1, 3, and 5. But similar to Dialin, nothing too crazy to stress out about. Lighter has even less requirements. He's got his impact, he's got his crit rate. He's doing his job. We could look at improving the DD1, DD3. That ain't bad. If that was attack percent, this be chilling. DD5 and 6. 1, 3, 5, and 6. Overall, we're kind of chilling on the stun agents so far. They're not too demanding. That's why I wanted to go through them first, just to see if anything stood out in terms of builds. Jingyi's doing what she's got to do. That's a crazy DD2. So 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So everything except the DD2 could be improved, but honestly, we're kind of chilling. Lycon is on 4P Swing Jet. So are you using Lycon on any teams? Like, do you play him in Mono Ice? I assume you play him with Hugo if you need Dialin somewhere else. You really only use him with Hugo? So if that's the case, I would try to get Lycon on 4-piece Protopunk. It doesn't look like you have Protopunk pieces. You do. You have enough. That's HP. Yeah, I would try to get Lycon on 4-piece Protopunk, because he can maintain that pretty comfortably. And the other stun agent can always just hold Summit. Oh. Yeah, I would say just swapping to 4-piece Protopunk on Lycon, and his W engine isn't too great on him. I would consider leveling Steam Oven. Although if you're playing Lycon Dial-In, you could actually give him lighter signature. Blazing Laurel is pretty great for him now. Usually play lighter Dial-In. Yeah, no, that's fine. If you were to use Lycon, I would get him on Steam Oven. Lighter Dial-In or Fufu Dial-In. That's fair. So if you were to use Lycon, this would be the two things I'd be looking at. Just get him on a 4-piece Protofunk set. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just needs impact main stat on the DD6. And then level up the Steam Oven here. How often are we using Pulchra? I assume probably not too often with 5 other stun agents before her. See about saving some gold disc for Proto. Sounds good. You haven't used Pulchra since 2.1. Are we okay skipping Pulchra for now? Sounds good. That takes care of the stun agents. So overall, everybody's pretty chilling on their build. There's some opportunity for min-maxing, but outside of Lycon, nothing really stands out, and we're not using Lycon too often, so we're pretty okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the supports.
How about a little late-night adventure? I promise you'll love it.
So Lucia's hitting her HP goal. I'm assuming triple HP here. Yep. So she's having a good time. If you wanted to min-max this further, I'd probably be looking at the DD1. That's a nice 3. DD1, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 4, and 5 are the ones that stand out to me. But same as with the stun agents. Nothing too crazy to worry about. You could consider leveling her assist for some days build-up. Oh, that's another thing that I wanted to mention. I wanted to make a note of. Level assist. But We don't really need to worry too much about that. What skills did Lycon need?
This weather's perfect for a little
I shall follow your
It was just skill and ultimate. Or assist and ultimate. Okay. Da, 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 da. And honestly, Lucia's not defensing assisting,
I'm at your disposal.
using assist that often, so
it's
not a huge deal.
I promise you'll love
we
it.
don't go past 7. We're chilling on Lucia. Let's take a look at Yuzuha. She's hitting 171. She's hitting 3k attack. AM attack. We're going for a more anomaly focused build, and these stats are looking pretty good. I would say the DD5 and 6 are the only 2 pieces that stand out to me. Everything else is pretty solid for it. See what's going on with Astra. So she's on Bashful, so we would want ER here. Excellent. And then attack. There's definitely room for improvement on all her pieces, but she's doing what she's got to do. She's got her skill leveled. Could you go for maxing this out to get a little more out of it? Yeah, but you're only losing 1% of damage and 1.5% crit damage, so it's not the end of the world. So while there is room to upgrade her discs, we are chilling. If anything, we would look for upgrades if we were farming for somebody else. Rina. How often are we using Rina? Considering Harumasa and Grace, well, she'd be a solid option for Grace. Depends on how often you're using Grace. Only playing Harumasa and no Astra. So if you are playing, I would switch over to 4-piece Moonlight. You can keep the 2-piece. And honestly, her stats don't mean anything. Outside, unless you're playing her like an anomaly team. Like if you're playing her with Grace, you would want to try to get some anomaly on her. But the main thing would be to swap to 4-piece Moonlight. Because that she can maintain. And you could consider trying to optimize her anomaly proficiency from there. Looks like we have Mono Ice Sokaku. A little short on attack. Do we have the attack piece potentially? I would also like to see this swapped over to Phaethon's. But ER is fine as well. Yeah, Yuzu Ice. It's basically Mono Ice. We just have a copycat on the field. That's fine. I still refer to it as mono ice. Let me see if we have the faith its piece to get the attack we want. Oh, but this is really good. Really solid. And that's got a lot of attack. Ooh, that stuff. Ooh, and that's a good piece. Maybe a better AP piece? Let's see if we have anything for Sokaku. We could afford to swap this, but then we'd be losing out on one of these. And we don't have a Freedom Blues unless we're robbing Vivian, which we don't necessarily want to do. And we don't have another Freedom Blues piece here. So what do we want to do? Can we take this from Nicole? Probably. Nicole doesn't really need stats. Yeah. But we still need to swap this out. We have reached an impasse. Because we're missing 123 attack, which is about 24 attack from her buff. Oh no, 48 attack from her buff. We would like to get it if possible. I think it's primarily this DD4. Yeah, Yuzuha does provide a lot of attack, so it's not an absolute need. I was just seeing if that was something that we could do. But yeah, we should be fine nonetheless. I would just make a note to consider aiming for 2500 attack to max out her buff. Yeah, just something to keep an eye on. And Nicole needs absolutely nothing on her build outside of 4-piece. And I would level her engine just to get the extra bit of energy regen out of it. Other than that, what team are we using Nicole on? Sometimes with Yuzuha, with Miyabi and Alice. So getting some AP, more AP on her build wouldn't hurt. For strong and disorders, this is a really good piece. This isn't too bad. So looking at 1, 2, 5, and 6 potentially for some more disorder damage. Not a big priority, but something to consider. And the last of the supportive units we have Zhao. It's more so just consider building her for Ether Veil. Looking right now, let's see. Astra's on Astro right now. You could consider swapping Astra to Moonlight, depending on what teams you're using her in. And then Evelyn could hold Astro Voice. So if you were to get Moonlight upgrades, it could be good. Getting more Moonlight upgrades on Nicole would be nice. Getting Moonlight on Rena would be good. I wouldn't say it's absolutely vital. There may be something else we want to prioritize on this side. We'll have to take a look at your DPS. But so far, Moonlight is definitely a possibility for farming. You're trying to get DPS pieces on Astro for Evelyn. So if you get Evelyn on Astro, then you'll definitely want Astra on Moonlight. So that's even more reason to consider Moonlight. So let me make a note of that. It's not final, but Moonlight is definitely a candidate. Also, I forgot that I like to play music during these. I'm going to play music now. What are we feeling today? We'll just do some good old Pokemon lo-fi. Alright. I wanted to take a look at Pawn, because that's the last supportive unit that we actually have a build on. Hitting over 3k attack. Skill levels are good. Honestly, Pawn, I wouldn't stress too much about his build. But if we were to push this further, maybe 2, 3. There is room for upgrade, but with Pan Yin-Hu, there's not really a need for upgrade. So we're not going to stress too much about that. So with that, that's all the supports done. All the supports are doing what they got to do. The only standouts were we want to get Astra on Moonlight because of getting Evelyn on Astral, and then getting Lycon and Rena on sets. But despite there being a lot of yellow here, it's more so just because there is room for upgrade. So we could always consider farming that in the future. Let us move on to the DPS, the meat and potatoes. Let's start with Rupture. Rupture will be the fastest to go through. We have M2 Yishuan, we have M3 Banyue. Does Banyue get any crit stats on his Mindscapes? He gets crit damage, so we don't have to worry too much about that. I don't think he gets any crit rate on any of this. Yeah, no. Just wanted to make sure. Yishuan does get 10% from her M1. So she's hitting 99 right now. Let's take a look and see where we're at in terms of substats. So she's a 33 substat build, which is solid. Can't complain about that. Is there any potential pieces here that we could upgrade to? I'm not expecting anything on this side because this is all like 6 substats. Maybe on this piece, since it's missing HP percent. We don't need that extra crit rate roll though. Oh, maybe this? This looks promising. We drop a crit rate roll, but we get 2 HP rolls. We're at 99.8 right now. If we found the crit rate roll somewhere else. Good luck. Nah, you're good. If we found the crit rate roll somewhere else, this would be nice to swap to. You think DD4 and DD5 are her worst? This is 5 substats. This is, I would say, 5 definitely. My dog's upset. But I would say 6 over 4 because this is 5 substats. This is 4. So I would definitely say, and this has 2 flat HP rolls as well. So I would say 5 and 6, if anything. That loses its crit rate roll. We're looking to gain a crit rate roll. These aren't any better. That's not an improvement. We want the crit rate. No, nothing here. Yeah, I would like to swap to... I would like to swap to this. But I don't know if it's worth losing the crit rate roll. I would say 5 and 6 are the biggest room for opportunity. And if you were to upgrade... If you were to find an extra crit rate roll on one of these, then we could just swap this. So you just rolled that disc you wanted to swap to over the weekend. Oh no. Oh no. Again, if we find like an extra crit rate roll on either one of these, then we can swap to this. And that'd be really nice. Either one. That's where we're at right now. Look to upgrade the DD5 and DD6. If they give you a crit rate roll, you can upgrade the DD3. Let's take a look at the man, the myth, the legend, Banyue. He's also hitting 99.4, so that's solid. Let's take a look at his substats. Ooh, beautiful. 36 substat Banyu. What are we looking like? You could find more crit on the DD3, but finding something with 4 substats though. And you don't need the crit rate. So yeah, there's nothing here that stands out at the moment. It doesn't look like we have anything to roll either. How are your woodpecker pieces? We could potentially swap to crit damage and use 2-piece woodpecker. Depending on your substats. Doesn't look like we have any DD4s though. Okay. DD5s maybe? No. It's not an upgrade necessarily, but if you had good pieces, it could potentially have been. Your Banyu is 36 substats. So we're kind of chilling as is. At this point, it's really just finding more crit. Like on the DD3, and that's really all that stands out to me. Yeah, DD3 and 4-liners, that's really it. He's chilling. So go Banyu. Go Banyu. Minato is on a 5-piece Yonkoi. Can we fix this? Alright. We got this. We can put him on. No, I know that's the same set. What am I doing? What am I doing? If you had a 5 on Yunko, you'd give the Banyu that 3 you were looking for. You should. That's valid. Gotta prioritize when it comes to units who want the same set. Minato has room to go on crit rate. On Woodpecker. We do lose a substat here, but I think we... if we can find... Ooh, that's promising. We go like this. I think that's 1 crit rate substat over. Because he gets 12... 12 from Yonkoi, 10 from his passive, and 24. Yeah, so... No, that's 4... yeah, that's 46, so we want 54. Minato pieces got stolen by Banyu. I had a feeling. It's perfectly valid to do. It would be understandable to use the M3 Banyu more than Minato. But this is still fine. I'm trying to see if there's Oh, this could be good because this loses a crit rate roll, which we don't need. We get a crit damage roll and we get 2 HP rolls. We like that. We trade a crit damage roll for 2 HP rolls. We can take that. It's really the 4, 5, and 6. So if you wanted to build Monato more, we'd probably be looking at the 4, 5, and 6. I already checked these, right? Yeah. For one glorious month, you had an amazing Monato. Honestly, even with the scraps, he's not doing too bad. Just because we have good pieces to give him on the left side. Like this is 29 substat right now. Not the worst for a budget setup. He's hitting like 95 or no, 97. 97 crit rate. He's chilling. If you wanted to work on him more, just improve the right side. He's one of your favorite characters personality design-wise, but hard to find a use for him when Banyu exists. Yeah, maybe if we get like more Rupture supports and you could run them both at the same time, and there's multiple fire weaknesses in a rotation, the stars would have to align for there to be a need to use Banyu and Monato at the same time. And he's a family man. We appreciate a family man like Monato. So Rupture's looking pretty good. Banyu is having a great time. Yishuan has some room, some potential. And then we went over Monato. We're gonna save Anomaly for last, just because that's the most, and also AP scalers be funky. So let's take a look at the attack agents. We did mention we were trying to get Evelyn on Astral. I assume you went through, but let me see if we can find anything. Yeah, your current build is pretty solid. These could be better, but this isn't bad. You got good DD1, DD2, 5 and 6 are solid. 3 and 4 could be improved. We could probably keep this. Let me see what we're working with. Are you... you will warn me now, Bernice is awful, don't worry. Are you fine with me leveling stuff just to check things out? Cool. Let's see if we find anything here. That could be a good Zhao piece. Uh, oh, nothing here. We could just steal this piece from Pan Yin-Hu, honestly. But we'll check the other slots. Ooh, that's good. We have a good DD2 that we can use. Two good options, depending on where we land on crit rate. So we're chilling there. That's good. Let me just filter this so we can see what we're working with. We have a similar DD6, but we could also check to see if this one potentially rolls better. No, but it's still okay holding on to, because it can have a use with like hypercarry anomaly as a 2-piece, but it's not gonna do anything right now. So we have something usable at least, so that not the end of the world. Oh, that's solid. Can we get a better one? We cannot. But that's solid. So we have a similar DD4. We have a similar DD6. We do lose some pen, but not the end of the world. The issue is trying to match her current stats. Yeah, I think we could match it, because this would be an upgrade. This is going from 4 substats to 7. This is 7, but this is 7 to 6, so we go down 1, but we're going up 3 here, so we're still positive on 2. This is 7 substats. Do we need to hold on to this? I need somebody to borrow Evelyn's pieces, or to hold Evelyn's pieces, so I can map this out. Also, let me take a screenshot of Evelyn's pieces, or Evelyn's stats. Where to go? Where to go? So exactly 3,000 attack. We're overcapped by 1 crit rate roll, and we got a pretty solid attack. We're gonna have Corin take her pieces for a moment, so we don't lose the pieces that we have on her. So we had this. We had this. This was good. And this was good. Where's our crit rate right now? We're at 62% crit rate. Do we have a woodpecker piece here? So we can keep the pen ratio DD5. I mean, we have this one. This is 6 substats. Is this technically better though? No, she gets a lot of crit damage. How does this end up? Let's just take a look. More attack. So we get 156 attack. We lose 2 crit rate rolls. And 1.5 crit damage rolls. How much attack are we gaining in substats? So we lose 2 crit rate, 1.5 crit damage, and we get 3 attack rolls. Yeah, we trade 3. We get 3 attack rolls for 2 crit, 1 crit damage essentially. So honestly, not too bad. If we were to find like a more even piece here with crit rate. This is a 4-liner. Could roll this to see if it gives us anything good. Monotope piece? We lose 1 substat, but we get... No, we go over on crit rate. One of these crit rate rolls isn't useful to us. But we're definitely using Woodpecker Astral. We would like to have all substats on the left side. We have room to swap to Woodpecker here. And it's essentially the same piece. Actually, it is the same piece. It is, but it would let us have room for Astral over here, potentially. We need... Oh yeah, this is still 98. What am I saying? Yeah, we're still 98%. So let's see. Is there any room for upgrade by swapping to Astral Voice here? Because we have an equivalent Woodpecker piece. So we could swap. We probably won't swap this because this is pen ratio. Unless we want to rob Pulchra. We could rob Pulchra. And turn this into... Turn one of these into Woodpecker. Doesn't look like we have upgrades for on Woodpecker's side. You can burglarize Pulchra. This is an upgrade. I'm just trying to see if we can upgrade, if we can make the upgrade worthwhile. I want this to be an Astral piece. Potentially. Why are we holding that? Gives a new meaning to cat burglar. Hello, my Dave. Hello, hello. We can roll this one. We would want 3 rolls, but we'd only want one of them to go into crit rate. And 2 of them went into crit rate. Of course it did. This build seems seems good. Let me check. This is 6 substats. So 6, 12, 19, 23, 27, 31. There is room for a few more substat rolls, specifically on the right side. But we do have it. Yeah, I agree. I think we can just leave her here and look at getting Astra on Moonlight. Oren, thank you for your service. We may still want an attack 2-piece. We'll have to see. We want ER. Attack. Attack. If you need to get Nicole for pieces for you can. You need to swap her to Astral anyway. True, yeah, because if you're playing her with Yuzuha, she would need to be on Astral. So let me actually make a note of that. Let's grab this. What do we have for attack pieces? Not much. Maybe check this one. We'll see if the 2-piece saves us there. Oh, that's good. That's got a couple attack rolls. Oh, that is even more attack rolls. Let me actually put this on Astra. So we can look at the stats in real time. I'll also zoom in so y'all can see it better. So we're gonna have her equip Astra's pieces. I can't recall how much Astra needs 2-piece attack. When she's using Bashful. We'll see what we can get away with. So we had the good DD2 with attack. What do we got for DD3s? Maybe this one? Because this is only +1. We got main stat here. We can grab this from Nicole. Grab this from Nicole. Ooh, that could be promising. How does this look right now? This is probably not enough attack. I'm just... Yeah, 3259. What are we short on? We need 3429 to max out her buff. We're at 3251. So that's 178. 178 divided by 1339. We need just around 4 substats. Swapping to an equivalent 2-piece attack would pretty much get us there. We don't have much room for attack percent outside of here. But we don't have a piece to give her. So the other route here would be to go something like this. It's a 4 attack short. I mean, it's 4 attack. We're losing like 1.3 attack from her buff. It's just funny. She'll get it back from Astral. No, Astral is a damage percent buff, not an attack buff, and also it wouldn't count towards it because it's based off of her initial attack. So essentially, it's based off of this stat line. 2-piece Astral gives 10% attack, but that's out of combat. That's already accounted for. Like, for example, Sokaku's signature gives an attack buff, but it's an in-combat attack buff, so it does not count towards Astra's buff, even though it's a team-wide buff. We need to hit 3429 on the stat screen. Yeah, I'm thinking rolling the DD1s would be the best bet. What looks promising? Like, if we're gonna save anything with attack percent on Astral. I've been trying to do that more. Like, save less good looking pieces on supportive sets. Oh. Zhao could hold this and it'd be fine. So we can hold that for Zhao. Oh, this could work, right? We would only need 1 attack roll because we have the flat attack. Come on. Come on. This doesn't work, right? No. No, it doesn't work. I knew it wouldn't, but I wanted to cope. Where are you hiding, attack roll? Where are you? Maybe here? Maybe? If we get 1 roll here, 1 roll. We got it. Cool. Very unlucky number, but cool. Just don't show that number to anybody superstitious and we'll be okay. I'm trying to like look over this again and see what can be upgraded. Probably just the 4 and 5 at this point. Oh, we got it. We got her on Moonlight. We got your Evelyn on Astral. I'd say that was a successful operation. Okay, let's take a look at my boy. Hugo Varado. You said you were working on him though, so we're not gonna be too stressed out about this. You're trying to find puffer pieces. We definitely want a craft puffer, so dedicating mats to it would be good. But I'm just gonna take a look and see where we're at right now. Is this a good piece? I was just seeing if we could rob Rena. What if this rolls crit rate? Oh, is this enough? Does he need the crit rate? This is M3 Hugo. So he's getting 20. He's at 92 right now. So he would benefit from the crit rate. This could still be an upgrade. Can you take the old pieces off of Corin? I think I did already, but let me check again. Yeah, they're off. Yeah, I equipped that up, and I equipped the pieces off of Lucy too. Just to clean that up. I lost Hugo. We pray? Dang it. Empty P2 because this W engine is the only double you've gotten. Well, we tried to see if we could find a Hugo upgrade, but it's just a work in progress right now. His DD4 is like N6, I would say, are the most in need. He's certainly usable. But yeah, it's a work in progress. That's all it is. No place near you sells one-piece singles or bulk. Going through Discord for catch. Oh, that's a struggle, Yotsugi. Well, if you're gonna meet somebody locally, make sure to do it in a public place. Be safe. Bring a friend too. Public place, middle of the day, bring a friend. Stay safe. And last attack agent is Himumaso. Meet behind Wendy's at 3 a.m. until tell anyone where you're going. I'm glad you realized everything that you shouldn't do, Chaos. I see. This Harumasa's hitting... He's overcapped by 1 crit rate roll. Actually, no, wait, no, he's overcapped by a lot. Because he's on 4-piece Shadow. Yeah, he's getting 57 crit rate from all his buffs. So we can drop a lot of crit rate. But where? I guess the DD5? Anyway, we can do anomaly agents tomorrow. You just found out your daughter needs to go to practice. Yeah, we can wrap up the rest tomorrow. That's not a problem. Here's the culprit. It's this DD6. But unfortunately, we did not find a better one. Yeah, we gotta fix this crit rate. Yeah, so Harumasa gets 25 from his passive, 20 from his W engine, and then you're using Shadow Harmony, which is another 12. So 20 plus 25 is 45, plus 12, 57. That means we only need 43% crit rate out of combat. Which means we need to drop 5 crit rate rolls. It's like, this is like Yeshun Guang levels of avoidance right now. You don't have Yeshun Guang, but Yeshun Guang also is in a similar situation where she doesn't... Too many crit rate rolls is a very bad thing. Worst case, you buy off a TCG player, but you really want to trade Pokemon for One Piece? That's valid. Maybe here? No. You're good. That's what I'm here for. That's why you did the redeem. So we can take a look. I don't want to necessarily swap off these two pieces because they're good and they're only 2 crit rate rolls. It's really the DD6 and like the DD2 potentially. What if we swap to like Hormone or Astral? But no, the two piece is fine. The 2 piece isn't necessarily doing anything to the crit rate. No. Ooh, if we could swap to this, that would help. But we would need a similar Shadow Harmony piece in one of these slots. Totally didn't take a 4-hour nap. Since you're playing him on Sig, we could potentially consider crit damage. Oh, it's tragic. I mean, you could cope and if we get Rupture Aftershock. Swapping to this would be good, but I don't think we have the pieces for it. New addition to account reviews. This is a little bit different than my usual setup because there's not a need to focus on specific teams. So we're kind of just giving everything a once over. No matter what, this piece needs to go. But we can't really make it go without losing something. And this is a 7 substat. I really don't want to replace that. If we swap this to this, we gain 3 substats because these 3 are useless. So we are profiting 3 substats. So even losing 1 here is still fine. And it just rolled an attack percent. So now I feel better about it. So we'd be going from 31, 57, 170. Would we want attack percent here? It'd be nice. But also losing out on the substats. It's tough, it's tough. He's still overcapped. By the way. He's still overcapping by like 2 crit rate rolls. I'm trying to bench Do-Da-Da-Da before the weekend. Hey, that's a good show. That's one of my favorites. Do-Da-Da-Da's a banger. Couldn't make it through the first season of JoJo? Oh no. Never seen Do-Da-Da-Da except for a couple random clips. Do-Da-Da-Da is so good. If you like Do-Da-Da-Da, watch Baccano. It's like 12 episodes. And it's made by the same creator. And it's just a condensed version that takes place in Prohibition era United States. Prohibition era United States with immortal alchemists. And a murder mystery on a train. It's a good time. Watch Baccano. You think JoJo's just isn't your thing? That's fair. I never got too deep into JoJo's, but I will say that I quite like part 2. It's that Bootable College JoJo part of season. It is what it is. For people outside of the loop, it's not. I don't want to stress it. You'll keep rewatching One Piece for the rest of your life. Chaos knows what they're signed up for. It's like, this is mine. This is what I'm here for. That's how Ramasa got me in a dilemma. But keeping the attack DD4 might honestly be better. It's tough. It's a tough call. It requires some testing. But we gotta fix this crit rate. And this DD6 is the main reason for it. Your husband decided last week after 12 years of marriage that he wants to watch One Piece. You finally got him. But how long have you been watching One Piece, Chaos? And how long has he been aware that you've been watching One Piece? You've been watching One Piece since it's aired in the US. I see. And he just decided, I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like watching some One Piece. That sounds like me trying to get my partner into Pokemon. It took me years. Years. And then one day she just decided, you know what? I kind of like feel like playing this Pokemon game you got here. And then she picked up Pokemon Shield. It was either Shield or Sword. I can't remember which copy I gave her. But she saw the starter, she looked at Score Bunny, she's like, this is my son now. And that's it. Any game with Score Bunny she will consider. If it doesn't have Score Bunny, she's probably not playing it. He started by trying the Netflix adaptation, and then you told him people have gotten divorced for less. Yeah, she is very new to Sword, and this was like Sword and Shield, probably a few months before Scarlet and Violet came out, because I remember her playing Sword and Shield. She liked it, and I got her Violet, and she realized Violet didn't have Score Bunny, and she's like, I'm not playing this. It also didn't have as much fashion as Sword and Shield, so that was also a factor. She's very big into the customization. She likes the Score Bunny line, but it's really mainly Score Bunny. Like, she'll appreciate Reboot and Cinderace, but she's mainly here for Score Bunny. And she's got a couple other favorites like Psyduck and Sylveon. But it's really Score Bunny she's here for. I need to emphasize this. It's like gacha players who will play a gacha that they have no interest in gameplay wise, but it's got the one waifu that they want. Sounds like a plan, Chaos. If it gets her to play Pokemon, I'm not upset about it. I've ended up finding Score Bunny in Pokopia. And she literally fell asleep like 10 minutes prior, and I just woke her up and I just pointed at the screen and was like, hey, look who it is. And she's like, oh, that's my son. That's my son. And now she's complaining that I haven't given him a house. And that I don't go see him because I went to another map. It's like, why don't you go visit my son? And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm fixing up this section of the map. That's my Pokemon tangent. By the way, Pokopia is great. My capture card's coming in soon, so I may stream some Pokopia. No worries, Chaos. I'm happy to have shown the light on that. Got a dip to take the practice. Yeah, we can finish up the anomaly tomorrow. That shouldn't take too long. But we made some good progress. Once we finish up the anomaly, we'll see what would be good to farm. And we'll go from there. Right, I'll go ahead and log off your account for today. And we will pick things back up tomorrow. Nah, you're good, Chaos. Don't worry about it. Life happens. You are chillin'. Let me get this back up here. Kels, thank you for the 7-stream streak. Hope you're doing good. I also realize I keep adjusting my vertical stream, but I'm not actually streaming vertically right now. How much left in Emerald? Emerald, we are about to get to the Weather Institute and then Gym 6 shortly after that. So we still got a bit of a ways to go. Alright, let me see. What do we want to do? We got about 15 minutes before stream ends. What do we want to do in the meantime? Yeah, 15 minutes. Daylight savings happened, Alf. So it is 6:44 for me right now. I don't know if we can do a tier list in 15 minutes. It'd have to be like a small one. Kels, you say that, but you have Threshold redeemed. But we definitely can't do Threshold in 15 minutes. We can start one. Summertime doesn't start until the 29th for you. I see. Yeah, I woke up on Sunday. And I think, yeah, me and my partner took the dog for a walk. I came back in, about to start breakfast. And I look at the clock and I'm like, I didn't wake up this early. Because the oven clock was behind. My schedule says I should end stream in 1 hour and 15 minutes. That's strange. It should be updated. Because it says 7 p.m. for me. It says 17 to 1. Strange. Wait, no, 17 to 1. That's 7 hours. No, that's 9 hours. No, 8 hours? Math is hard. That's 8 hours, yeah. Not sure why it's showing 8 hours for you. Trey, you did have a tier list redeem. Did you? We could start on your tier list. We probably wouldn't get too far, but we can start on it. Although I don't know how long it would take for the tier list idea that you recommended. That seems like a very in-depth. You know what? I'm just gonna be biased for a bit. We're going to pull up the thingamabob. I know I was very descriptive. You don't have to count this as your redeem, because I'm doing this because I feel like doing this. We're doing a Pokemon tier list. Well, the Pokemon I like. We're doing my Pokemon. We're talking about my Pokemon because I haven't done this in a bit. This ain't gonna take 15 minutes. No, but y'all can judge me. So you get 15 minutes to judge me. Let's just get this out of the way. Gen 1 normal types. What am I feeling for Gen 1 normal? It's gonna be... I'm leaning towards like Pidgeotto or Snorlax. I got anime bias, so I'm gonna go... I'm thinking Pidgeotto. I'm gonna try to avoid dupes. That's like the only thing I try to do with this is try to avoid dupes. Fire. Let's go Charmeleon. Yosugi has a level 75 Bennett. Oh no. For water types, what are some contenders? I like Lapras. I like Gyarados. Slowpoke is a bro. I like Wartortle as well. Your Bennett is level 71. New record. We're gonna go Wartortle here. The buff increase isn't worth the materials. You've done the math. It's always worth it. Bigger number. Charmander? No, it's Charmeleon. Do I like Venusaur more than Bulbasaur? I would say I like Bulbasaur more. Electric types, I'm gonna have to give it to Zapdos, because that's a cool bird. Articuno's also a cool bird, but I like Lapras more when it comes to ice. Why Melian over Mander? Because I just think Charmeleon looks cool. I don't know. I've always liked Charmeleon and Wartortle over their counterparts. For fighting, I like Primate, Poison. We'll come back to Poison because there's way too many Poison. Ground. I've recently come to like Cubone more. Cubonita probably helps, but even before that, I would say I like Cubone. We're gonna come back to flying as well because there's just a lot there. Psychic. Mewtwo's just a classic. I can be basic too, you know. Bug. Scyther's cool, but I like Scissor more. But I like Beedrill more than Scyther. So I'm the one who's buying the $500 Mewtwo card. If I was buying the $500 Mewtwo card, there'd be a lot of questions. Because I'm not even playing TCG. For rock type. Aerodactyl's cool. Definitely my favorite Gen 1 fossil. The Ghost line. We're gonna give it to Gengar. Dragon. I'm trying to decide how much I like Dragonair over Dragonite. But no, we'll go Dragonite. Missing Note. A classic. I like Magneton over Magnemite because what's better than one little guy? 3 little guys attached to each other. You're swiping and dashing for that card because you want it, but you're not willing to spend for it. Fairy. Jigglypuff, because I played Jigglypuff in Smash. Gyarados should have been Dragon. Starter, we're going to give that to Bulbasaur. Let's get back to Poison. You know what, we'll give Beedrill this and we'll put Scyther here. And then for flying... we'll give this to Butterfree. Favorite gimmick form? Mega Beedrill is a big reason of why I like Beedrill. There's also the Chad that is Mega Starmie. Why is Mega Dragonite here twice? Strange. There's also Long Cat Meowth. Which Gigantamax Gengar is pretty cool. I think I'll give it to Gigantamax Gengar. But do I like Mega Gengar more? I guess I like Mega Gengar more. Legendary Zapdos. My favorite Gen 1 Mon? Definitely Zapdos. I like Bird. Too early for Megas? I mean, they exist. Normal, we're gonna go Ferret. Water type, Suicune. Grass type, Celebi. Mega Gyarados should have been Dragon at least. That's valid. I think they just wanted to avoid having too many Dragon Megas. Just put Typhlosion in favorite already. There you go. There we go. We'll just get that taken care of. Electric. Raikou. Ice. I think we go Sneasel here. Fighting. Heracross. Poison. Crobat. Ground. The Quagsire. Flying, we'll come back to Psychic. That's literally all the unknowns. Actually, it's not all of them. They're missing the symbols, the exclamation punctuation, and interrobang. Espeon, definitely. Dark type's gonna go to Umbreon. Bug. We're gonna put Scissor here. And put... Actually... as you like to pronounce it, Raichu. When you know the game rig, so you low-key ask to skip the cutscenes. Heracross is pretty great. I might put Scissor here because I feel like I like Steelix more than I like all these bug types. Rock, we going with the T-Tar. Ghost is there's one. Dragon, there's one. Fairy. I gotta say, when they gave Azumarill the fairy type with huge power, it's pretty great. Pretty great. Favorite gimmick? I'm gonna have to go Mega Meganium. Or actually, Mega Meganium or Mega Ampharos? No, Mega Meganium. Favorite legendary? Suicune? Mega. Oh, I forgot to put a flying type in here. We'll go Lugia. That Pokemon scares you. We'll do Gen 3 and then we'll wrap it up. Gen 3 normals, we're gonna have to give it to Swellow. Fire type. Blaziken. Water type. Probably Swampert. Yeah, Swampert. So I like the Hoenn starters. Manectric for ice. We're gonna go Walrein, if only for my friend who's a big Walrein fan, and they convinced me to be a Walrein fan. Fighting. I like Hariyama. I almost like never use Hariyama, but it's just a cool Pokemon. It's a sumo wrestler. That's cool. Poison type. Roselia? Yeah, I like Roselia. Ground type. I think we give it to Groudon. Flying type, they put XD001 here. They put XD001 here. I don't know if I want to qualify it as a flying type. I really think this is more of the gimmick section. So I'm not gonna put it there. Where are the dragons? We'll put Rayquaza here. And put Latios here. I'm feeling Metagross. For bug type. Shedinja shenanigans are always a good time. Unless you're a victim to it, then it's not a good time. Rock. Metagross, not Steel. Actually, Metagross might. No. No, Metagross doesn't make it to the Steel. We go Mawile. Regirock, if only for the cunty Regirock meme. Ghost type. There's something about Bayonet. Or Banette. Dark type. Let's go Absol. Starter, Sceptile. Favorite legendary. I'll take a look at the gimmick mons. Mega Mawile is pretty cool. Like, I really like Mega Mawile. But they put Shadow Lugia here, so I'm gonna have to show my bias. At least in the gimmick section. Favorite legendary. I think Rayquaza just, yeah, nobody else made it except Rayquaza and Groudon. And I like Rayquaza more than Groudon, so. I'm just showing the bias here. In terms of favorite Gen 3 Mon. Loki wiped the entire Gen 4 except Cynthia? Huh? You found a single store? Nice! Enjoy your One Piece. It's only open 4 hours a day. I think Gen 3, it's between Sceptile and Mawile for me. And I could go back and forth, but right now, I'm saying Mawile. 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. I see. Alright, so that's Gen 1 through 3 done. We can continue the rest another time. Make it shiny. No, I like normal Mawile. It's only 7:05 though. What do you mean it's only 7:05? I streamed till 7. I went an extra 5 minutes to take care of Gen 3. And now my partner is going into trying to find Sword and Shield. She picked the wrong one. She did her best. That's the normal types. You gotta go into the fire row. Oh, she's just picking now. She's just going through and being like, vibes. Oh, you're talking about Yotsugi, I see. My partner has taken over. Enjoy her picks. She has not played Gen 7, by the way. She does not know any of these Pokemon. She like recognizes some of them. Trey says hello.
Oh.
Alolan Vulpix makes sense. She likes Vulpix. This is her list now. Gen 1 through 3 is me. She's taken over. Oh, Lunala, interesting. Peramosa, okay. What do we got for Rock? She's not saying anything here. She's literally just scrolling through and clicking. Mimikyu. That's because Mimikyu's the best. I'd pick Mimikyu here. I'd also probably pick Lycanroc, but probably Dusk form. Drampa burns down bullies' houses, so Drampa's the GOAT. Incineroar. She's a VGC player. She just don't know it. She recently learned about Alolan Dug Trio, and now she likes it because of the beautiful hair. Magiarna. Solid pick. I don't think she played Incineroar and Smash. Her favorite is Alolan Ninetales. Wait, but you picked Vulpix here though. So you would have to pick Ninetales here. She says no, I don't have to do that. She says no, I don't. Solid pick since she ain't played Gen 7. Yeah, I feel this is a respectable list. A couple of these picks I'd actually pick myself as well. Maybe we just let her make the tier list. We'll let her make her own tier list tomorrow, and she just picks off of vibes, and we just chat about it. There we go. Pokemon what? Pokemon Winds and Waves. Hello, Kinzawa. Unfortunately, you came here just as I was about to end. I was supposed to end like 3 minutes ago. Well, technically 9 minutes ago, but I was gonna end 3 minutes ago, and then my partner took over the stream for a sec. But thank you everybody for being here. Where's ZZZ? We were doing an account review, but we stopped because Chaos had to bring their daughter to practice. But we will be continuing that tomorrow. No, do more CCC stuff. I'm sorry. I thought I'd like Solgaleo more than Lunala, but Lunala grew on me, especially as a VGC player. I like playing Lunala a lot more. Gen 9 starters with only the Megas for ZA. Oh, yeah, true. I gotta call it here. I gotta go figure out dinner. So thank you everybody for being here. Greatly appreciate you. I'm sorry the internet blew up in the middle of the stream. That was most unfortunate. And I did have to step away to not melt in the heat. We will be back on tomorrow. We have Chaos reviews to finish up. Apparently people are enjoying my partner's tier list, so maybe we'll have her finish the rest of her tier list. What time is she working tomorrow? The calendar's literally in front of me. She's closing tomorrow. She's off Thursday. We may do partner's Pokemon tier list on Thursday. Use hand trap Ash Blossom, so no. Not the hand traps. We still need a Shiyu clear. Alright, I'll get that added to the list. So we do have Chaos's account review to finish up. And then from there, we'll probably look at taking care of these redeems. Thursday, maybe Enfield. We'll see how much I get through the story. And then Friday, we have the Star Rail stream. And we will go from there. No, Kenzawa. No, no, no. No, I need to do my tower, which I'm probably doing next week, like last minute. But for now, no, I won't do it for money either. No, I'm good. We're gonna call stream for tonight. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for your support. Greatly appreciate you. I must show the Discord because I almost forgot. Make sure to join in the Discord if you haven't. You can get updates what's going on with me in the channel. You can get help in Zenless. Talk about Zenless, talk about Pokemon, talk about whatever else is going on in your life or mine. And have a good time doing it. And there's a One Piece joke. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to get some rest. Y'all do the same. And until next time, peace. Sadu also says goodbye. Peace.